Hello and welcome to the Education on Fire podcast. The place where we share creative and inspiring learning in our schools. Primary Music Membership Special, episode 83. Hello, this is Mark Taylor and welcome to the Education on Fire podcast. And this is our countdown to the launch of our Primary Music on Fire membership. Today I just wanted to come on and talk to you about why do a membership, how does it fit in with Education on Fire, how does the whole thing become part of a whole. And I've had thought long and hard about whether I should have them separate sites, separate entities, break everything up into sort of different levels depending on what we were doing, because there's 3 podcasts and a membership site. How does it all fit together? And then I just thought, actually, this is about me and it's about who I am and what I do. And the whole point of all the podcasts is sharing creative things, inspiring, having a passion for things, and basically getting that out there so that people listening can feel like anything is possible if they follow their dreams, follow their passion, follow their intuition, and then really go for it in life along those lines. Then things can happen which are just you just can't imagine without having all those things in place. And each of the podcasts are exactly about that. Education on Fire is about sharing creative and inspiring things that are happening in schools, and so teachers are able to hopefully implement some of those things or come across things they might not have done on their own. Learning on Fire is speaking to people about their education backgrounds, exactly what it is that they've learned, people they've met, things they've read, things they've heard, their influential people in their lives, and how all of that together has made them the person that they became to become fulfilled and actually living the life that they wanted to on their terms, whether that's for financial gain, whether it's emotional gain, whether it's a combination of all of these things, just that they feel like they're living their actual purpose in life, which is fantastic. And of course the Nate podcast is there so that hopefully we can influence somebody to actually have that child-centred idea of learning, so that even if you're not sure how to go about it, the schools and the environment that we learn in can actually be child-centred, so that actually everyone gets a chance to be in that position to fulfil their dreams, because the system's there to support them, and that's really encouraging children to be children, to live the life that they are at the age that they are, and let us as the grown-ups actually have an environment and create an environment for them to thrive in that. So that they're all linked, they're all part of that idea of having a passion, being really on fire with what you want to do, to be inspired, to have creativity, to actually live life on your terms. It's all part of who I am and what I've done. And of course the Primary Music on Fire membership comes exactly from that. I am a professional musician. I absolutely love performing. I love doing workshops. I love teaching the drums and percussion. I love being able to actually have conversations with my pupils and actually enable them to discover what it is that they can achieve when they're learning to play an instrument, and then also getting them to understand what it is to learn so that I can take a step back so they can do it on their own. They understand the processes that we go through and how to develop their understanding of learning an instrument in the case of what I'm teaching, but learning in general around that. So it's all part of the same thing. It's just the Primary Music on Fire membership is really me giving you the expertise and the wisdom that I have in an area of my life which is about me, about being a musician, about being an educator, and being able to share that from my standpoint, and at the same time sharing that with Carol Aviard, who of course has all that expertise of being in the classroom all the time delivering these things together. So that's why I wanted to keep it all together, because it's all part of me, all aspects of the podcast, the membership site, and me being me at my most inspired and my passionate, because I'm actually doing exactly what I love. So I hope that makes sense. And so all of these things come under the Education on Fire umbrella. So why that? Because that's the name I came up with originally. That's how it all started, just as a bit of a pipe dream about sharing creative and inspiring things that were happening in schools. And so I want to keep that. I want to keep that the same. It's the home. It's the place where we can all come together, and no matter what podcast we listen to, no matter whether we're in the membership, it's all part and parcel of a home of that creativity. So whether you're an Education on Fire listener, whether you're a Learning on Fire listener, whether you're involved in NAPE and you're enjoying the journey that we're on, sharing some of the things that they're doing, or whether you're a music educator or a teacher that wants to get involved in music and be part of a membership, it's all part of that creativity. It's all part of that inspiration and how we can show up every day to make that happen, to support the children that are in our lives, whether we're parents, whether we're teachers, whether we're leaders in schools, so that we can support everybody to actually want to get up in the morning and be their best selves. Thanks very much, and next week I'm going to be chatting with Carol exactly about what's going to be inside the Primary Music membership and exactly how you can get involved. Thanks for listening to the Education on Fire podcast. For more information of each episode and to get in touch, go to educationonfire.com. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire.